One of Singapore's 3 banks is having staff at the Singapore Police Force Anti-Scam Centre will help police identify perpetrators of financial crimes quicker. It's amongst a slew of measures to be implemented by the end of October to combat digital banking scams. Brandon Tarnoto tells us more.
Singapore's Anti-Scam Centre was set up about 3 years ago to disrupt scammers' operations and minimise victims' losses. This year, it'll be joined by banking staff, including a team from OCBC, who will be stationed there around the clock.
With the placing of the staff there, we are able to answer the police query in response to funds tracing instead of having the police come back to us in subsequent query.
The staff will not only help freeze accounts and recover funds speedily, they'll also help police with their fraud surveillance.
We're actually able to show them in real time how the funds flow and what exactly the police should be looking at from the banking platform perspective. And this really helps speeds up the recovery, the efficiency in identifying the perpetrators and so on.
A kill switch that lets users freeze their accounts quickly if they suspect that they've been compromised is another measure that will be implemented by end October. It's a feature that OCBC had already rolled out in February, after $13.7 million was lost in phishing scams targeting the bank's customers. Industry watchers say the effectiveness of measures like these depends on whether consumers are aware they exist, as well as how and when to use them. And they call on banks to educate the public quickly.
These are necessary measures to put in place because of the widespread scam and forgery that's happening worldwide and not just in Singapore. So I think banks have to factor this as part of the new digital age, as part of par for the course for their banking operations.
Other anti-scam measures include a default limit of $5,000 for online fund transfers. Analysts acknowledge that while there is no magic number as to what this limit should be, it puts a clear threshold on how much customers could lose.
It numbs the pain in having a minimum sum at the very least to be contained in any single transaction. But of course, if you want to overwrite it, it's still possible. But then you are making a conscious choice to increase the limit in the event you are scammed.
For now, customers can protect themselves against scams by keeping up with scam advisories and alerts put out by the authorities and banks.